do you think about Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua?
Boy. Well, realistically, it's one of the craziest propositions of all time. You take a guy who just had a boxing match that looks like a sparring match with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, and then you're going to fight one of the absolute scariest knockout artists in the heavyweight division. Maybe we should watch the Francis Ngannou fight so you could see. Let's watch that real quick, just so you can see what Anthony Joshua is capable if he's fighting someone that's not in his league. Okay, look, Usyk beat him, and he beat him twice, and Andy Ruiz caught him in the first fight and dropped him and stopped him. It was spectacular. Andy Ruiz is super fucking talented. Usyk is perhaps the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. Maybe one of the greatest of all time in any weight class. Usyk.
Yeah, but that's what he's trying to do, though, Simon. I think he's at that stage of his career where he's trying to rediscover a little bit of that confidence. He's got to Oleksandr Usyk, where we're hearing reports he's out there training with Usyk and the team, trying to pick up something, trying to rediscover something.
That's very strange.
Live in a crazy world where Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul is a fight that's being discussed. Your old mate. I mean, look, like you almost say, opportunity knocks, the money presents itself. We know AJ's only got a year left of his career. I find it nuts how we were talking about the fight with your brother, and now we sit here in a position where AJ could be fighting Jake Paul. What do you make of it all, Tommy?
Well, let me just say this. Obviously, money's a very powerful thing in today's world. But if it goes past 2 minutes of the opening round, I will take that in AJ's been paid off. And I think it's going to take a lot of money for that to happen. And if it does, I think it will be very, very upsetting for everybody. But you can't rule it out, because that's just where boxing is today. But if I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute. There's no, to be quite honest with you, and as a safety aspect, there's no way that fight can go ahead if one of them's not paid off. Listen, it's going to take a lot of money, but AJ could be paid off to not throw a punch for 8 rounds. I wouldn't know.
I see your old man do an interview with IFL, and he was like, AJ, look, please, whatever you do, do not let them pay you to take it.
I pray not. I pray not. But at the end of the day, my God, how good does it make me look? Huh?
Yeah, but you try and challenge him
if he gets beat by Jake Paul, that automatically makes me 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, doesn't it? Because my God, there's no proper way. I've got to laugh about it. How are we even talking?
There's been some talk about possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocked him out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why so? What impresses you about Jake Paul?
I just think Jake Paul would knock AJ out. I think AJ's a spent force, and I think Jake Paul's on the rise. And I like his new heavyweight look. Bit chubby, bit.
Interview Anthony Joshua linking up with Oleksandr Usyk for Jake Paul prep has the whole boxing world doing double takes. 1 minute it sounded like a publicity matchup, and the next it turned into a storyline nobody expected. Joshua sharpening his tools with the man who beat him. All to prepare for YouTube boxing's biggest disruptor.now MMA experts are firing off takes. Some are calling it a mismatch, others are warning not to overlook the destruction Jake can bring. Either way, predictions are rolling in fast, and the hype is only getting louder. Let's get into it.
Brothers fighting Anthony Joshua. The experience difference, Anthony Joshua was a former heavyweight champion. He's knocked out heavyweight champions. Quite the undertaking for Jake. What do you think is going to happen?
Expedition.
Oh, they're going to go on an expedition.
Is that a thing?
Exhibition.
Exhibition.
Dude, if Jake goes to a decision and loses a decision to AJ, I think that's a win. That's a massive win.
Yeah.
If he goes out there, goes 8 3-minute rounds with.
And Joshua isn't just sharpening up anywhere. He's stepped away from London's noise and linked up with Usyk's squad in Spain. He made it clear he's no longer working under Ben Davison for this one. choosing instead to immerse himself in the same system that shaped one of the sport's most accomplished technicians. Joshua says the sessions have been brutally demanding, but eye-opening, giving him a front-row look at how a champion like Usyk is built. The experience has been tough, humbling, and exactly the reset he wanted heading into December 19th.
And are you still being trained by Ben Davison, Lee Wiley? Will Ben be in your corner on the 19th of December?
So no, I won't be trained by Ben Davison. I said that London's a bit distracting for me. So I was invited to train with Team Usyk. So I've been in Spain. We've been doing some good training out in Spain. And I think he's one of the best in the world. Not I think, he is one of the best in the world. And it's not all down to him, it's also down to his team that's around him. So I linked up with them, and getting an insight to how someone who's achieved so much has been phenomenal, man. It's been
Joshua also addressed the big question. No, he's not sparring Usyk. Usyk has been shifting between training locations and is currently working elsewhere, so their sessions haven't crossed. Still, being inside that system and learning from the team behind him has become a key part of Joshua's prep.
A secret.
Are you sparring with Usyk?
No, I don't spar with Usyk. Usyk's, he's training somewhere else at the minute, but he's been in camp, but he's in and out of camp.
Okay.
So right now he's training somewhere.
And all that context feeds right back into why Joshua stepping toward Jake Paul is such a wild twist for the sport. Even on Joe Rogan's podcast, when Joshua's name came up, his pedigree, his power, the way he handled Francis Ngannou, the conversation instantly shifted to what anyone could do differently against a guy like that. Francis didn't point to errors or excuses. He said the work was solid and the discipline was there, then teased that the fans would still get the moment they've been waiting for. And that's exactly why this matchup with Jake has experts buzzing. Because stepping in with Joshua isn't just another fight, it's stepping into the same fire even the elite talk about with caution.
Joshua, Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua, Olympic gold medalist, former heavyweight champion of the world. What he did to Francis Ngannou, you want that smoke? One of the biggest one-punch KO artists. What would you do differently if you could do the Anthony Joshua fight again?
That's the problem. We did everything right. I fought Stipe. I could make a whole list of what I did wrong, what I could have done better. But here, we were very disciplined. We did everything. And
let me tell you what, everybody's going to get what they finally been waiting.
Dominic Ingle weighed in too, saying the answer for Joshua isn't about copying Usyk's style or trying to fit into someone else's blueprint. Ingle argued that AJ needs to lean into what makes him dangerous, fix the parts that have slipped and stop searching for some magic formula outside himself. He pointed out that Rob McCracken understood Joshua from the ground up in a way no new trainer can instantly reproduce, and that chasing fresh corners can sometimes be more about the payday than the fit. Ingle's take: AJ already has the ingredients to be his best version. He just has to tap back into them.
Find the belief in yourself, not in somebody else's system. You know what I mean? It's like Usyk's team might show him bits and bats and stuff. He doesn't box like Usyk. Can they train AJ to be similar to what Usyk's doing? AJ, you've got to pick out the best of what AJ does, and you've got to pick out the worst and improve the worst in him. And I'll say it time and time again. For me, the best trainer he ever had was Rob McCracken. It might not be what people want to hear, but he had him from the stages in the amateurs, from being a young mind, brought him through, guided. He had a good view of what the competition was out there, where to put him, you know, where to manoeuvre him, when to take fights, when not to take fights. And he invested a lot of time in him, Robert McCracken. So it was a payoff. Now when you go to, you know, if AJ came here or he goes to Ben Davis, you know, you're going to be for a big payday as a trainer. It's a lot of responsibility to take on. You know, Ben Davis is a good trainer. He's trained AJ for so many fights, brought him back, he'll got paid handsomely. Everybody wants to train AJ because it's a good payday. So, but sometimes you have to think to yourself, are you capable of training that fighter? You know, people have come to me wanting me to train. I said, to be honest, we're not going to match. You know, but I want to do it. What I want you to do is not going to work. So I just think AJ is looking for that secret ingredient, and it's just...
On the other hand, in Logan Paul's vlog, Daniel Cormier didn't hold back on his first reaction to a potential Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight. His response was blunt and direct. This is a risky, even wild idea. DC explained that if Jake actually steps in with Joshua with no limitations or special rules, it's an incredibly bold move and one that deserves recognition. According to him, walking into that kind of ring takes serious guts, and he's ready to give Jake full credit for the sheer audacity of even attempting it.
I gotta ask him what he thinks about my brother fighting Anthony Joshua. Dude, it's real. It's real. There's gotta be some rules in place for Anthony not to. Come on. I keep telling people this, right? And this is where people fucking up, especially these MMA dudes. I keep saying, stop treating Jake like he's not a boxer. Yeah. It's been 5 years now of pure boxing with great coaches and great training partners. He's gotten a lot better. He's gotten a lot better. He can fight, man.
Yeah, but what about Anthony Joshua?
That's bad, bro. Laura was like,
Say that like that.
Cause bro, like Francis went and fought him.
Bro, I said, did you see what he did to Francis? He's like, Francis is light work too.
Here's also, oh my God. Yeah, he is kind of crazy. Francis wasn't training boxing at the level.
Yeah, we get it.
Cause I would imagine if Jake gets hurt, he knows how to hold like a boxer. Cause in boxing, you gotta go clinch when you get hurt. Francis was kind of like just standing there. Listen to me right here. Let me tell you this. He fights Anthony Joshua with no parameters in place. Y'all better give Jake Paul his credit. Yeah, I will, cause that's fucking.
Tell us who you're backing, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you stay up to date with every reaction, breakdown, and update leading into this massive showdown.